Hello primary learners, Miss Barras-Hargan here. It's our mid-term break and we are so excited about that. I wanted to thank you for all the brilliant work that you've done so far this term and for all the fun that we've had together. We've had a really fun term as well. So we've learned lots and we've had lots of fun together. That's important. And your teachers are so happy with how much you're progressing and they're looking forward to working with you again, of course, after the holiday. I so enjoyed World Book Day. We were so cozy in our pajamas, every single one of us, and your activities looked like such a lot of fun. That book trail was so cool and you did a fantastic job. So well done, and thank you to your teachers for organising our lovely World Book Day in pyjamas. I hope that you remember also everything that you learned about snakes from Marcel so that you can be safe with your friends and your family when you go out into nature. That was a lot of fun too. I'd also like to thank you, your teachers and your teaching assistants, for the brilliant class assemblies that we've seen so far this term. It's lovely to see you knowing so much about your topics and speaking so confidently. So well done everyone, keep up the great work, and I'm really excited to see the class assemblies from the other classes that haven't done theirs just yet. So another thing we had this term was our Year 6 checkpoint mocks, and I really would like to thank the Year 6s this half term who took their checkpoint mocks. That means that they take an exam, they have a practice exam, just to see what it feels like and to see what some things that they need to work a little bit harder on. And so we're going to have a lovely holiday now. We're going to have a great rest. But Year 6s, you're going to be thinking about your preparations after the holiday for those final exams. So well done so far, Year 6s. We're really proud of you. Everybody deserves a great rest now. So have a lovely week, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all back here on Monday, the 14th of March. Have fun.
Hello everyone, and welcome to this assembly. As you can see, when you look in the background, you know that I've come here to talk to you about Jigsaw. Well done for coming to the close of the third puzzle so far in our Jigsaw curriculum, and that is Dreams and Goals. I'm sure you've learned a lot about how to get to set goals. And Year 4s, you can see, I've written down their goals. And at the end of this term, they will be looking back at what they wrote down and see whether they've managed to achieve their goals. Some of them are long-term, others are short-term. So it will be interesting to look back and see how they've been doing. I'm sure you will be doing the same thing as well. Well, something is strange about me, isn't it? Yeah, for those of you who know me, I love to come to work in a tie and a shirt, usually long sleeves. I like to be smart, smarter than I am right now. Well, today is World Book Day, and so we had to dress up a little differently, so don't worry about that. But that word, smart, that's the one I want to use as we tie together what you've been learning in the puzzle Dreams and Goals. The word smart. Well, what does smart mean in relationship to goal setting? You see, you've got to dream big and set a high standard for yourself. And that is your goal, ultimately. And if you're going to dream big and set a high standard for yourself, you cannot jump to that standard and say, I've achieved it. It takes effort, it takes time, and as long as you work at it slowly, you will be able to hit that goal. So, the word SMART, for me, in terms of setting goals, is an acronym. And it simply stands for the following. S for specific. So, you don't want to set all the goals of all the things you want to achieve in your lifetime. You've got to set a specific goal at something that is quite important in your life and that you want to achieve as you grow up. and that is being specific. For instance, when I look back at the goals behind me, I noticed that some of the children here want to be athletes. One of them in particular has even said they want to participate in the Summer Olympics one day. That's a specific goal. Well done. So that's the S. What about the M? Well, the M is that the goal must be measurable. Yes, it must be measurable. So they're not going to be going and working at this goal all their life. They've got a time limit. Okay? So we'll talk about that, but they're measuring it. They're saying they want to participate in the Summer Olympics. And that's how they'll be able to measure their achievements along the way to reach that goal. The A is for achievable. Yes, they are human beings that go to the Summer Olympics, aren't they? So they can achieve this goal. It's not something that is pie in the sky that they cannot achieve. So they should be able to achieve this one. That's the A. And R is for realistic. Okay? So they know themselves. They know that they've got some talent in them. And they want to grow that talent. So it's realistic. It's not something that they cannot achieve. And of course, we have the T for time bound. So there's a time limit to this, okay? As you can imagine, if you're going to compete in the Olympics, you really have to be at the peak of your life. So it's time bound. If they grow older and they're still working at that, they'll find that the younger and stronger athletes will beat them to it. So they cannot make it to the Olympics. So perhaps while they're getting into being teenagers, they would have already started making a name for themselves in the athletics world. So it's time bound. They don't want to go into secondary school and they've achieved nothing in their athletics. So that's what that means, smart. So your goal must be smart and it must be achievable. So whatever goal that you set, go back to it. Think about it. Is it smart? And that will be a nice way to wrap up this puzzle. Enjoy looking back at your goals and achieving them. Well done for having come to the end of this puzzle yet again. Bye for now.
Hello everyone, we're proud females. We're here to talk to you today about the wonderful achievements of women around the world.
We'll tell you about the impact some individual women have done on this world.
During World War II, Anne Frank, a girl who dreamed of becoming a writer, had to go into hiding with her family. The World War meant life was very unsafe for the Jewish people. Where they went into hiding was an annex in her father's workspace. Anne poured out all her hopes, frustrations, and fears into her diary. When her father found out the diary she was writing during World War II, he was so touched that he published it. So now it's one of the most famous journals in the world.
Fashion designer Gabrielle Chanel, or Coco to her friends, opened her first shop in Paris, France in 1910. At the time, women dressed in a very formal way. Coco didn't think this suited the changing lives of women. It was time for a new approach to fashion.
Sportswear. In 1914, Coco used lightweight fabric previously only ever used to make menswear, to make clothes for active women, including this swimming costume. Pajamas. Until Coco launched a range of women's pajamas in 1918, they were only ever worn by men.
Coco Chanel was born in August 1883, Smar, France, and died January 10, 1971, Ritz, Paris, France.
I would like to talk about Marie Curie. She was a physicist and chemist born in Warsaw, Poland in 1867. She won 2 Nobel Prizes, one for her research into radioactivity with her husband Pierre Curie.
The other one was this time in chemistry, for isolating pure radium. This woman is amazing. Without her scientific discoveries, who knows what could have happened to the world?
Rosa Parks quoted, "The only tired I was tired of giving in, after being forced to give up her seat to a white man."
Finally, let's tell you how we intend to use our skills and determination to make a positive impact on the world as reflective, innovative, confident, engaged, and responsible women.
I grew up, I want to be a doctor just because I want to cure cancer, because thousands of people die each year because there's no cure for cancer yet.
When I'm a woman, I'd like to have an impact on conservation.
When I'm older, I want to help clear out the oceans of plastic.
When I'm older, I want to be equality promoting fashion design.
When I'm older, I want to donate as much as possible to charity to make a difference.
I'm quite indecisive, so I'm not sure, but maybe decelerating climate change or improving working conditions for women.
What are you gonna do to make a difference?
Last week, me and the Elephant Orphanage Club did a sponsored run to help the elephants. As we were running, it was a long journey, but we enjoyed what we did, and we know that what we did was for a good cause and would help the elephants go back to the wild for good milk. We all started at different times and finished at different times. Some people did 15, 10, 20. 20 being the highest by Kian, who wasn't here last week and did his laps this week, but he beat us all by a milestone. This was really fun, and I hope the elephants have a better life as they go back to the wild. So far from the sponsored run, we've raised over 6,000 kwacha, and we'll be donating this to Victor and his rangers after the midterm break on the 16th of March. You can also donate to your friends who ran for their sponsored run, or bring jungle oats, which is also used to make the elephants milk. And finally, I would like to say a big thank you to all of you guys who have brought the jungle oats we've received. We've received at least 5 packets this week. And I would also like to say another thank you to all of you guys who donated to your friends who did the sponsored run.
Remember to watch the World Book Day video. It's amazing. Have a great holiday.